All right, so this is just the Crosslay on engine one. It's gonna be 200 feet. It's gonna be the easiest way to think about it is 4 50-foot bundles. Your nozzle side is gonna be on the side closest to your output or to your discharge. So after this, we'll take a peek over there. So the first one that we're gonna do, this is gonna simulate our nozzle being connected to the truck. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna start with a 50-foot flat stack. Okay. On our second loop, we're gonna come out and we're gonna make a loop about that big. And then we're just gonna continue that. When Garrett gets that to the other side, he's gonna do the exact same. Okay, Garrett? Yep. Continue to just tuck and fold, keeping everything uniform, trying to keep it in line. So go ahead and break that. So the easiest way when you're loading this is to make sure that you have all 4 50-foot sections broke apart. So this is going to be my male coupler. It's going to go out to the other end and it's going to hang off until I'm ready for it. All right, so since I have a male end hanging off of that end, what I need to do is I have to have a female end hanging off of this end. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at that side, I'm gonna estimate how much I have hanging, and I'm gonna try and get to a point where my couplers are gonna come to the middle. So I've got male hanging off of that end, I'm gonna have female hanging off of this end on my next stack. Nope. So on my back side, I'm gonna hang a loop on the second to match the loop of my first one. My first stack, and then I'm just gonna continue to stack. So to make sure that we don't have any sort of confusion or anything, I want to make my connections as we go. So I need to make sure I connect my first line to my second line. So that's where Garrett's piece that's hanging off the back is going to come up to me, and we're going to make this connection. So those are going to come together. So get this over here, Jake. This is what you want on our nozzle side. You want a loop, and then your coupler piece is going to come up over top. We're going to lay our straps in to make this next part easier.
When you're ready. No, you're fine.
Okay. Good. And then what we have hanging off on the backside is a female.
Male.
Male. So we want to start hanging the female on this side. Okay. Yep. Garrett, go ahead and take that off. And then bring me two.
So this one does it, does not go on the strap.
What's that?
This does it, does not go on the strap.
So you don't want that on the strap because that's going to pull over. So then you can bring your piece up, get that set a little better. And then the biggest difference here is our last piece is going to be our nozzle. So the nozzle is going to go first. It's going to go bail up. And then it's just going to come right in. I get this straight. When you're doing this nozzle piece, or the nozzle one, start your hose line back and then work forward so that you don't have a big leaning stack on Yep, we can definitely do that. By pulling it up and pulling the bail down on it, it just helps pull that tight. It's going to pull out once you go to load your hose. Yeah, pull out your hose load. And back behind it. All right. All right, so when I'm looking at this from my nozzle side, when I look at it, I should have my nozzle, 2 middle lines, and I should have an outside line with a pull loop. Anything that hangs over, you'll just need to reach up and tuck in with our nets. When I go to pull this, it's as simple as I'm going to grab my working section and I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to pull this, I'm going to shoulder. Once I have that shoulder, I'm going to reach back and I'm going to grab my 2 supply lines. I want to make an effort to get through my inside supply line to grab this one, and as I walk, I'm going to drop it. So once my supply line is all laid out, my work bundle is just going to get laid down once I get to my objective. The straps are going to get unhooked and I'm going to flake it out.